Hey folks, it's Johnny Flynn, and we were saying that Arizona's votes are in the bag for Trump and Wisconsin too. The reason why I say that, people are asking, show me how to check the voter fraud. Okay, well, if you go to Google and you put in the big lie, and you go to Frank's speech, and you go by state, and you go down to Wisconsin, which I'm doing right in front of your eyes, it says that the Biden won by 20,000 votes right here. 1,006,000 to 1,630,000 to 1,610,000. 20,000 votes determined the Wisconsin race. Here's Wisconsin. The truth is, Trump got 1,007,000 votes, and Biden got 1,004,000. And if you go down to the certain counties like Dade County or Green Bay is in Brown County, right here. Brown County, 11,000 votes. They're saying there's a problem in Green Bay. They're saying there's a problem in this county, Milwaukee County, 38,000 votes. What you need to realize is that the governor of Illinois has executive power. He's been vetoing the subpoenas of the legislature, just like Lamont's taking over control of Connecticut, taking all the power away from the General Assembly. When you look in Wisconsin, they have same-day registration. You can go to motor vehicles. You can get. One guy got 3 IDs that day with his picture, went and registered with 3 different addresses. It's all on, you can pull it off the internet, everything I'm saying. And what happened with the voter fraud in Wisconsin is that they have a lot of nonprofits that are paid to give volunteers to the state, and people from New York went to Wisconsin to help with their election. As it turns out, they brought their laptops, they brought their cell phones, they connected to systems, they were siphoning information, and there are questions raised by a number of individuals in Wisconsin, one being Paul Kramer, who says that he was an observer, caught a guy after hours running the machines. They didn't know how long he was running the machines, but there's no audit. Luckily, Wisconsin has paper copy ballots like Connecticut, but Arizona has no paper copies, so it's a bigger problem. They need the server in Arizona. They need the hard copy paper in Wisconsin, which they're getting through subpoena, because there's more than one way. And by the way, the state legislature in Wisconsin didn't lift a finger to get any subpoenas, to do any research on the ballot harvesting. So what's happening is ballot boxes collect votes when the driver's licenses are in question. In Wisconsin, they found 22,000 fictitious driver's licenses that voted. So when you look and the vote was 20,000 in question, it's really about 350,000 in question that should be overturned. So when you go down, you look at the Dropbox situation. You know, there's no chain of custody with the Dropbox situation. They have a transparency issue in that their governor is vetoed every attempt to get the documents they need. And then we have observers who are saying they watched what happened. So what happens is they're disregarding the people's vote. They have someone in office that shouldn't be, who has executive power, who is vetoing the process of uncovering the corruption. And the way the system with the motor vehicles works is they don't tie it to the state taxes, just like Connecticut. The DMV in Connecticut issues you the taxes on your car. Well, I got hit on 13 years interest penalties and taxes on a Rolls Royce I never owned. I had to pay the state of Connecticut before they put a lien on my house. So now I've had 5 or 6 cars taxed. We're currently getting taxed on a Ford 150 we don't own, truck. And we were taxed last year on a van we didn't own. So I do have 2 cars, and my son has a car, my father has a car. And we're all John Flynn. But we don't live at the same address. So we have an issue in that all the tax liens go on my name, somehow, magically, by the Norwalk tax assessor. So to get back to the point here, there's people listed in Wisconsin due to Governor Evers, and they have rogue actors who are working with the Facebook owner and his contributions and their volunteer staff standing between the state clerks and the county clerks of Wisconsin, of third parties from out of state being paid God knows what. So the burden of the proof is on the state to prove that the election wasn't hacked, okay? And they have not lifted a finger to do that. But, when you can falsify an ID at the motor vehicles and use it 3 or 4 times and get 3 or 4 more ballots, and same-day registration allows, once that ballot's in the box, it can't really be overturned in Wisconsin. They have a system of checking, but once it's in the box, it's extremely difficult. And there's a guy named Spencer, these are my notes from when I talked to Wisconsin, being accused of basically sabotaging their election. And there are videos about it, which I can show you, but I'm not going to go into it unless you continue to ask questions about how to check the states. What you need to do is go into these state records yourself and determine what you think. For example, Fond du Lac County Clerk was hacked, okay, from Virginia on 11/6 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So these Brussels capital, Belgium, Canada, Australia, France, South Korea hacked Clare County Clerk, 4,790 votes. Look, someone in Connecticut. Look at Jefferson County Clerk. Someone from Connecticut at this IP address right here. Longitude, latitude, right here. This longitude, this latitude, hacked the county clerk. And that was 3,900 votes. So you can tell the Netherlands, Japan, South Korea, Canada, Japan, India. India hacked Grant County Clerk for 2,000 votes, according to Mike Lindell. British Columbia hacked, right here, 2,100 votes. Let's see what this, Washington State hacked Dade County Clerk, 28,000 votes. When you look at the data in Wisconsin, it's clear and convincing that there's no chain of custody. Those ballots have to be canceled. Those votes probably don't count, and the signatures won't match, and they have paper ballots. So there's a lot of evidence that the Wisconsin 20,000 votes that Biden obtained over Trump were actually a Trump victory of about 350,000. So if that helps you, I can continue. OAN did a special on the hacking of Wisconsin and the procedural. It names all the county clerks involved. They take testimony from about 10 people. Akers Cerny is one of them, who said that the 22,000 driver's licenses were fake. And it also stated that those licenses are permanent. Now they can go back and use them next year. So there's no safeguards for third parties coming to the polling station, observing, getting direct access to documents, walking around with documents, turning the machines on, and loading the same ballots in the machines time and time again, which appears to have happened. And there's testimony of Paul Kramer and other people about ballot harvesting. Janelle Brantinger is the chief clerk. You should Google her name, hear her conversation about the fraud. It discusses all the problems with the Attorney General, the governor of Wisconsin, and it's clear Wisconsin's in the bag, folks. If you want to discuss it further, you got to look at the videos first. Do your own homework, and we can have a discussion. But thank you very much. I'm at 11 minutes, which is plenty long enough. And thanks again. I'm happy to answer any questions. And this video right here, I'm putting it on YouTube, but it is intended for someone in Wisconsin who contacted me. Happy to help you find the evidence. And happy to help anyone find the evidence. I'm going to put this out there so you can find the evidence yourself. Thank you very much. Watch OAN. They did a Wisconsin election fraud piece. You must watch it. It's about 20 minutes long. It interviews everyone you need to talk about. Thanks a lot.